my dream.
The 2016 Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic on SUVtv. Sponsored by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist. Deed Chain. Great acts are made up of small deeds. Shot Tracker. Unleash your game. Automatic real-time stats for every level of play. And Gatorade, the thirst quencher.
And sophomore, number 12, Spencer Davidson.
Welcome back to the Jared Cook Classic. Moments away from tipping off game one here on day 3, the final day of this year's event. Marcus Burnett here on SUVtv, and we appreciate you joining us for today's action. Matchup features the Brookwood Broncos taking on the Dacula Falcons. This is not their first 2016 Jared Cook Classic contest on either side. Dacula comes into the contest off of a victory over the host North Gwinnett. There on opening day, Brookwood dropped one to Heritage High School, Heritage Conyers, here in the Atlanta area. A team that provided them a test in their opening game, and even though they didn't pass it with the score that they would have liked to, the higher score out of those two teams, still some positive takeaways for Coach Daniel Bowles. And we will see the adjustments that they make here against a very good Dacula team. Here's Mikael Bethea. He's a player to keep an eye on here in this contest. Denied there on that initial shot. These two teams, two scrappy defensive teams. Donald Parham misses the jumper. Trey Higginbotham gets the rebound. Team approach here for Brookwood, but make no mistake about it, Bubba Parham and Trey Higginbotham are two integral parts of this squad. They have to contribute in multiple ways for those guys to pull out victories. There we got a nice little mid-range J, Arusha Hunter. I'm a big fan of the mid-range. And Dr. Russell Triaga, his squads and players do a great job of using it. There we see the aforementioned Trey Higginbotham with the and one potential three-point play the hard way as he'll head to the line. Scored 26 points in that loss to Heritage. Back on Saturday. Was very aggressive to start that game. Here he comes out, 4-2, a chance.
You're still in it, you're in it. Good,
chance
right
to
there,
make
good,
it 5-2 there. Can't get the free throw to go.
Good, drop right here.
Dacula with the possession. Passing to Bishop, a lot of traffic. I should say congested area. Bishop able to make the most out of it, earn a trip to the charity stripe. Bishop brought home 15 points and 11 rebounds in the victory over North Gwinnett. That was a contest where Dacula was down 9-1 early on. Dr. Russell Triaga got a timeout, and the Falcons pretty much took it from there. They used a 24-7 run there in the second quarter in order to go up 21-42 at halftime. And even though North Gwinnett had a valiant effort to claw back to as many as 12, Dacula was always able to respond when they needed to. Big part of that was their defense, which did a great job sort of nullifying the size advantage that North Gwinnett had when you looked at 6'5" Ethan Smith, 6'4" Mikey Joseph, and 6'7" Brandon Maffey. Goodson coming the other way. A little bit of a smack there. When I say a little bit tongue-in-cheek, easy call for the official to make there as well. send Justin Goodson to the free throw line. Justin with 8 points versus North Gwinnett in a very balanced scoring effort for the Falcons. Substitution in for Brookwood, it'll be number 23, Toju Edaway.
Go, go, push.
Parham challenged inside. Initial shot no good. Rebound cleared out of there by number 25, Shane Buckingham.
Gotta box him out, Cole.
Hanging in the air amidst the contact. Can't get the initial shot. Foul on number 2, Ryan Johnson for Brookwood. He sends number 2 for Dacula Hunter back to the free throw line. Mentioned the size advantage for North Gwinnett in the game a few days ago. But you do have a couple players with some good size for Dacula, and number 25, Shane Buckingham, who's on the floor now.
Let's go.
As well as number 44, Jaden Brown. Two big bodies, relatively speaking, for Dacula, and they made their presence felt.
Move it.
We're getting some of the bigs for North Gwinnett, but the guards for this squad, they are going to make sure they try to make things as uncomfortable as possible. They were able to do it with the Bulldogs. We'll see how things fare against the Broncos. A 3-point game.
Look at him. Post up, Toes.
Ball knocked away. And Goodson finishes what he started. Higginbotham looking to attack right back. Leaves that one short. Second effort, blocked against the glass there by Buckingham. Here's Bethea. Falcons running ahead. Goodson in transition. Can't get the three-pointer to go. Shot didn't drop, but a good look there for the Falcons. That three definitely taken in rhythm. But they'll get another crack at it as it's off of Brookwood. Brookwood led by head coach Daniel Bowles. The Brookwood program dear to his heart. That's his alma mater. Played there from 1994 to 1998 under a guy you might have heard of here if you know basketball in the Georgia area, Eddie Martin. Or the Atlanta area, I should say, Georgia as a whole. Eddie Martin was coach at Brookwood at that time. Several state championships later and stops at Norcross, Greater Atlanta Christian, and now at Buford. Eddie Martin has built up one of the strongest coaching resumes here in the state. Bowles coming from under that tutelage. Catch and shoot mid-range, Arusha Hunter. Falling away on that one, making it a 5-point contest. Dacula has taken a 5-point lead. Baseline jumper, too strong on the shot, bothered by Buckingham. Now here's Bishop. Coach Bowles calling for the Broncos to set up for a charge there, as Bishop had one mission in mind as he was full steam ahead. They don't take the charge, but they get him to miss the shot. Good elevation there by Parham for the and one. Mentioned Trey Higginbotham leading Brookwood with 26 points. As we take a look at our assistant basketball coach replay, Donald Bubba Parham, he had 24. He knows the big fella's going to challenge, goes in, prepares for that contact, and is able to finish with the left. Nice bucket there by the senior in Parham. Parham named preseason Super 6 by the Gwinnett Daily Post. Will Hammock on site for the GDP. Seated a few rows behind us as they've been here over the past few days as well. It's the Jarrett Cook Classic. They have no choice. Always bringing you some of the best Gwinnett basketball to start the season, but also some teams from around the area. One of the better ones from around the area, nationally ranked Green Forest, will take on Mountain View after this matchup. There, we've got number 15, Reggie Horton with the lay-in. Horton with 9 points in Saturday's game.
Justin, be strong.
Parham to Edaway hangs in the air, misses his first attempt. Looked like his follow-up tip-in was tipped away by Hunter. They get it to Bethea. He'll pull up, in and out. Under the 3-minute mark now. You know, Parham's ability to shoot the 3 ball is something that really jumps off the screen. He was able to knock down a few tough ones there in that loss to Heritage. That even made the coaching staff there kind of shake their head on a couple. They were hand in face deep NBA range. The kid's got range, but don't sleep on his ability to take the ball to the basket, initiate the contact, and go to the line. Substitution for Brookwood. They're 5 on the floor. Number 20, Amari Kelly. Number 22, Justin Randall. Trey Higginbotham comes back in as Bubba Parham will get a breather. And rounding out the 5 on the floor for Brookwood, number 4, P.J. Brown. And number 5, Reed Roberts for Dacula. Got Jalen Perry. Recent substitution in. Perry can't get that attempt to go. He's joined by Buckingham, Bishop, Reggie Horton, and Goodson. As Trey settles for the deuce. Ties us up at 13 apiece. Bishop, a southpaw 3-point attempt. No good. Higginbotham rebounding.
Get wide, Justin. Fill up, P. Fill up, fill up. Keep moving it. Set it. Look in, Justin. Look in. Go through. Good.
Reed Roberts with it, trying to go to work. Good defense by Bishop.
Attack.
Good defensive possession. Just making a shot in a tough situation there was number 4, P.J. Brown. Now, possession and shot defended well by Dacula. The guy just hit a tough one. That'll be last touched. I'll say last touch by Brookwood. Parham got to sit for a couple minutes, get some electrolytes in him. Gatorade, one of the sponsors here at the Jarrett Cook Classic, but now he's back in and joined by number 21, Mason Jenkins. Bishop, a corner 3 this time. Count it. Gary Bishop, the junior. Look at a Dacula team and lost Derek St. Hilaire as well as Kevon Tucker to graduation. It's the next man up and a solid guard core and overall team that is going to make sure you earn it night in, night out. No sir, says Shane Buckingham. Smacks that one out of play. Mikael Bethea, number 22, checks back in for Dacula. Jalen Perry will sub out, getting an attaboy from Coach Triaga on the way to the bench. Final minute, under the minute mark here. Parham says, okay, you gonna give me that much space? No problem. Splash from the top of the key there for Parham, makes it 18-16. See if Brookwood holds for the last shot here. Just doesn't look like they're focused on holding for one. Just looking to work it around and get a good shot. Brookwood wants a push, and gotta say I could see their rationale for having a gripe or two with the no call there, but it is what it is. Officiating been solid in this game so far, so blocking foul and one. They're going to say Mason Jenkins wasn't there in time. Let's take another look at it. We are assistant basketball coach replay. You see the baseline drive. Oh, I don't know. Looked like he had both feet in there to me. But again, I always include the same disclaimer every time with the replay. We get a chance to show it, slow it down and look at it. Officials have to make that call with game speed. So it is what it is. That'll be good if it goes. Goodson in and out, and that will do it for the first quarter here at the Jared Cook Classic. We'll return to North Gwinnett after this quick break. SUVtv.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
Second quarter action underway here at the Jared Cook Classic.
One.
Trey Higginbotham, I guess if that's going to be your first name, you might as well hit a few triples. Higginbotham picking right up where he left off there on Saturday. With a good start so far to this one, makes it 20-18 in favor of Brookwood after his latest three ball. Has shots in and out. Give me that rebound inside by number 20, Amari Kelly. Pass knocked away initially, unable to keep it in bounds is Goodson.
Wait on it, Bub. You said it, Mason.
Catch and shoot. Higginbotham off the mark on that one. Haven't been able to say that much so far here in this game, but they get the stop there. That was the rebound by Bishop. But they in a little bit of trouble, turns it over. Here's Parham, 3 versus 3. And Parham doesn't get that foul call. I tell you what, they're not giving him star treatment in terms of the foul call. There's been a couple I thought they could have called that they haven't. But that's spilled milk at this point. Stepping up and taking the charge.
Foul charge number 25 buckets and this second team quarter.
Let's go, hey. Let's go, weak down.
Open, man.
Go, Trey.
Higginbotham called for the travel.
Hey, you're right in it here. Watch his feet, not his shoulders. Hey, you're in it. Let's go. Good, Trey. Force it this way. There you go. Good. Good, get there. Who's bottom?
Sorry, get him behind him.
Arusha Hunter, he's approaching double digits. Most of them, if not all of them, mid-range jumpers. Ties us up at 20 apiece. Knew this game would be a good one just because of the teams involved, but also when you look at the last 2 contests, respectively, for these squads. It was a loss for Brookwood, but one that they were able to get better throughout the process of, going up against a tough Heritage team that will have some input on the say-so for who's the state title winner in their class when you look at their depth and what they bring to the table. And then if you're Dacula, with the win that you had against that North Gwinnett squad, the way they won, you knew they would come in with some momentum also. So you knew something had to give, but I think we can all enjoy seeing exactly what does. These two teams going at it. We're tied up at 22 apiece. coming up on the 5-minute mark. Pass inside. Kelly fouled by Bishop.
Foul starts number 11, Bishop. That's his first, team fifth.
You see there, Higginbotham sees the guy rolling, rewards him, and gets a trip to the stripe as a result. Can't take advantage of the first free throw. Subbing in for Brookwood, number 4, P.J. Brown, number 13, Chris Smalls, and number 11, Marco Yulee. So Daniel Bowles will get a timeout. It's a full. We'll take one with them. 22-23, a 1-point advantage here for the Broncos.
The 2016 Jarrett Cook Tip-Off Classic on SUVtv. Sponsored by CBA Sports, your sports construction specialist. Deed Chain. Great acts are made up of small deeds. Shot Tracker. Unleash your game. Automatic real-time stats for every level of play. And Gatorade, the thirst quencher.
Five minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Dacula with the basketball. Bishop thinking about what he was going to do with the basketball before bringing it in, but he picks up the pieces, gets it to Bethea with the reverse. Remember talking trash with my pops about basketball coming up. He said one day he did a reverse so tough his side hurt after he did it. I'd say Mikael Bethea, there was a little bit something about that sentiment. Tough reverse, was a little shaken up initially, but he's back up and rolling. 23-24 as Parham been relentless attacking the basket. And we'll head to the free throw line.
Foul starts number 11, Bishop. That's his second, team sixth.
You know, you talk about Parham's inclusion in the preseason Super 6 for the Gwinnett Daily Post. And that's some pretty good company to be in. You know, you look at some of the players in Gwinnett County across the board. Include the likes of a Rayshawn Hammonds. They're out of Norcross. Recently committed to play his college basketball at Georgia. You can catch Hammonds and Norcross in 2 bona fide matchups at Holiday Hoopsgiving this Friday and Saturday on SUVtv. Arusha Hunter, usual suspect for a jumper being knocked down from the outside. He gets another one, makes it 23-26. But Norcross plays Green Forest on Friday here on SUVtv. Then they come back after facing the same Green Forest team you'll see up here next. They come back and play Kavon Moore and Westside out of Macon there on Saturday. So back to that Super 6 that Parham is included in. You see the nice Euro step. That's what it was made for right there. Well, the Euro can be a gift and a curse. You see some guys using it appropriately. Some guys predetermining that they will do a Euro step whether it fits the situation or not. Parham making a great use of it there to make it a 1-point game. But back to this Gwinnett Daily Post Super 6. It includes Al Durham, senior out of Berkmar. He's committed to go to Indiana. Bishop misses that shot. Also, the aforementioned Rayshawn Hammonds out of Norcross. Includes Greg James out of Shiloh. And if you haven't seen Shiloh play yet, go and check out a couple of their archives on SUVtv. Their only loss this season came to Green Forest, a team ranked in the top 25 in the country. Greg James can shoot the 3 ball better than, just as good as anyone in the state. Was committed to VMI, decommitted, so his recruitment is open. And then TJ Massenberg, also a Super 6 member. The versatile big fella, not only blocks and changes shots, also gets it done on the offensive end. He's committed to Middle Tennessee State. And then last but not least, Bubba Parham, who is a part of that Super 6. So he's in there with guys that have either committed or will play at the D1 level and should be considered as such. Coach Triaga not happy with the call. Felt like there was a little bit of acting involved. Let's the official know his thoughts. Higginbotham missing that free throw. That could be a case of the ball not lying, or it could just be him missing the free throw. So Higginbotham, maybe that was a little bit of basketball karma. He's too good of a shooter to miss that many free throws. Misses those. So we've got a 26-26 ball game. Good movement and communication there for Brookwood. They will get the ball back, tie ball game. One of the things that Coach Bowles thought they could have done a better job on was their communication on the defensive end. And that loss against Heritage, that possession right there, did a good job. Dacula, won't say they forced that shot, but it wasn't the same level of efficiency and patience that you normally see them show. And it's Higginbotham with the cut and the finish, 28-26, Brookwood leading by 2. Shane Buckingham heads to the free throw line. Be Higginbotham's first team foul. Neither team really making the most out of their free throw line opportunities so far. But I'm not complaining. I'm sure the coaches will have some thoughts there in film review or just the next week in practice. I still think we're getting a pretty good game here. A close contest should make for a very fun second half. Under the 2-minute mark here in the first. Brown comes in. Thought he had passed up an open jumper to take a tougher shot. I guess he says he has it under control. You commentate, I'll score. Duly noted, 4-point contest now as Bishop called for the travel. Bishop didn't like the call, had some thoughts. He did say something, I didn't hear exactly what he said, but the official didn't like it, he teased him up. Coach Triaga asked for an explanation as well, as he could tell Bishop wasn't happy with the call, but I don't think he saw enough for him to feel like it was worth a technical. So Parham good on the first, and Brookwood in a position to really end this first half in a pretty good spot. Bishop will have a seat. Parham to throw it in. Nearly stolen, but Higginbotham able to corral it. The cut, the pass. Shot won't stay down. Kel Bethea has it.
Where you got? Who's there? That's you right here. Bro, watch behind you, bro. Turn up, bro.
Falcons moving it around. On them, I got to know where Arusha Hunter is at all times. The way he's shooting the ball. There he is, elbow, that's money. Didn't get the bounce. You can see why that would be a safe assumption. He's knocked down those looks this entire contest. Thought he had earned the bounce on that one. The North Gwinnett Rims felt otherwise. But a foul there in a 1-on-1 scenario. 17 fouls against Brookwood, 18 fouls against Dacula. Front end of the 1-on-1 is missed. Parham looking for the pick and a 5-second violation. Coach Bowles tried to warn Parham that a 5 count was coming. Too late at that point, so they'll turn it over. Theta Goodson now over to Jalen Perry. Got to go. But he'll launch up a 3 and knock it down. A few hands in the vicinity, still not enough to stop him. Parham gets a good look. And that would not have counted had it have gone. So that will send us into halftime. It's a 3-point contest. Brookwood with an advantage as we go into the intermission. We'll be back with more Jarrett Cook Classic here on SUVtv.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.
You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to get out of your neighborhood. You're not supposed to believe you can do it. Yeah, you were told you were going to be one of the greats. But they told so many others the same thing. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to pass the ball so much. Or play like a giant. No matter what. You're not supposed to be here. You're not supposed to play 40 minutes and make up 40 feet and make a defensive play. A defining moment in your career. You're not even supposed to be here. And yet, here you are.
It always comes a breaking point in everything that you do. But here's what the great ones do when the breaking point comes. Everybody loves the game. When it's tight, when everything is going well, you hit shots, but it gets to a certain point, where it's the breaking point, meaning at a certain point, somebody is going to retreat and not want it so much, and somebody is going to say, this is why I play the game of basketball. Say for everybody.
Time to get the second half rolling here at the Jared Cook Classic.
Good bump there, Ryan's got
Brookwood
it.
Broncos taking on the Dacula Falcons, and it is Brookwood
Stay in
with
front,
the
stay in
3-point
front.
advantage as we start the third quarter. Arusha Hunter. Why wait? Let's go. He had 12 points in the first half before I could even kind of set the stage, let you know what he did in the first. He's already focused on the second. As he knocks down a triple, but following up with that one, not the prettiest jumper off the glass, but still one that'll result in 2 points for Brookwood. That's Bubba Parham. He led them in scoring in the first half with 16 points, 18 on the contest, hand in face as they bother that mid-range J by Bethea. That's what you call caught between a rock and a hard place. He couldn't win for losing there on that play. Justin Goodson, he got tripped up initially and then trying to get up. Sort of runs right into Parham. Not that he was trying to, he was just trying to get up. And I don't know whether that was recognition by Parham or if it was just, you know, him just making a beeline to the basket and Goodson just happened to be in the way. But the foul when it gets Goodson on the floor, and then Parham tried to throw it off of Goodson and moves out of the way, so Dacula gets it right back.
Hands up, hands up, hands up, hands up. Good. Drop low, drop low. Good, right there. There you go. Good. You're in it, you're in it.
Wraparound pass and met at the rim is Shane Buckingham, denied initially by Spencer Davidson, but it'll be a foul. So Buckingham at the line. I think he's been there a couple times, split each pair. Knocks down that one. It's number 20, Amari Kelly, checks in. So Daniel Bowles lost one Amari Kelly as the big fella transferred over to Meadow Creek. He's a Mustang now, but he has another Amari Kelly here on the roster. We'll get a chance to mix it up with Shea Buckingham again here in the second half. Still no good on the shot. Kelly's ears must have been burning. Comes in, makes a play on the offensive glass, lays that one up and in.
Good, middle bump. Right here, right here. Good, good. Drop, drop. Good.
That one airmailed Buckingham a little too much on it. Coach Triaga going to get a timeout. We'll keep it right here for that timeout. 3-point contest. You look at the remainder of the day at 5:20 p.m. We'll have Green Forest taking on Mountain View. For Green Forest, they're led by 7-footer Ike Obiaku, one of the best shot blockers in the country. He'll also be at Holiday Hoops Giving as Green Forest will take on Norcross there on that first day. But then you've also got Victor Eno, the Memphis commit, playing for Green Forest. The guy eats glass. He's probably somewhere rebounding a ball right now, even though they're supposed to be back in the locker room getting dressed, getting ready for the next game. He's a ridiculous rebounder. But then also one of my favorite players to watch, Justin Forrest, the Green Forest guard. He's not the tallest player, and a lot of times I think Green Forest's size can often overshadow just how good of a guard he is, but he is a D1 player that performs on the biggest of stages, and he'll be here on the Jared Cook Classic one up next. Mikel Bethea catch and shoot, 36-35. 1-point game in favor of Brookwood. Kelly to Higginbotham.
No, not there. One more.
Parham, he'll shoot it from there.
Back,
Can't get it to
back.
go. Rebound by Buckingham.
Stop ball.
Bethea jumped in the air to pass the ball and got caught in a tough spot. Jumping in the air to pass the ball could put you in a tough predicament. Saw a late game situation yesterday where Central Gwinnett, in a close one with North Gwinnett, had a final possession. And there on the wing, a player jumped to pass the ball, and in the process of him leaving his feet, the teammate he was going to pass it to had turned his back. So they ended up with him passing the ball Actually, he didn't pass the ball off the guy's back. He sort of got caught in the air and ended up getting called for a travel because he went airborne and had no place to go. Higginbotham, a little bit of razzle-dazzle. They're on the fast break. Little in and out dribble. Some footwork to lose the defender and lay it in. 5-point game now.
Rotate! Rotate!
Bishop tries to dial up a three, can't get it to go. We'll talk about some of the Mountain View players in that Green Forest matchup next time we get a break in the action. Buckingham with the steal, gets it to Bate.
Take one!
Bate
Take one! Take it!
gets the contact and will go to the line. Coach Daniel Bowles pleading with his team to step up and take the charge there. You see here in the replay, you can kind of see, but you see where he's going. You got about 3 defenders there in the vicinity. Even if one just commits to taking the charge, you force him to commit to avoiding it and having to go to one side or the other versus him heading to the free throw line.
Hey, Reed, you got ball out in this group. Reed's got it out.
So Bate sees a couple go through. But it's Brookwood that still has the 3-point advantage. Bubba Parham is checked out for Brookwood. We'll see if Dacula can take advantage. Not that they don't have any other options on the floor because they do, but still would like to take advantage while Parham is getting a breather. Wrestling it away is Higginbotham. He misses. Kelly with the offensive rebound, loses the handle. The hustle's there. But they sold him on the mid-range and a nice little bounce pass to Buckingham for the lay-in. Coach Triaga gets the timeout. It's a good play there by Bate, and again, his ability to knock down that mid-range pull-up is what really sells it. Defender commits, and then he just drops it off. Buckingham does the rest. So under 4 minutes left to play. Let's talk more about Holiday Hoops Giving. Well, you mentioned Green Forest would be there at that event, but it's just a loaded lineup, just from top to bottom. I mean, we start off at 10 a.m. There on Friday, and it's a girls matchup. 2 very talented teams. You've got Holy Innocents, reigning state champion. They will take on McEachern, who is also a reigning state champion. No surprise there. Is on the girls basketball side, they're a championship contender and likely recipient each and every year. Then at 11:45 a.m. on Friday, Holy Innocents versus Carmel Christian. At 1:30, Langston Hughes, Khalil Cuffey, Derek Cook, Landers Nolly, just a couple D1 guys there. They'll take on Henry County. 3:15 p.m., you got Oldsmar Christian versus Cannon School. D1 matchup there. Newton versus Liberty County at 5 p.m. Circle that one. That's going to be a great one. Ashton Hagens, J.D. Note, just a couple from Newton. Then Liberty County, high-scoring guard Davion Mitchell, the Auburn commit, as well as Will Richardson. They'll take on Newton. 6:45, Norcross versus Green Forest Christian, like I mentioned. And then at 8:30 p.m., if you had to pick a headline bout for a loaded lineup, I'd say IMG Academy and Trayvon Duval versus Pebblebrook and Colin Sexton would be a pretty good one to pick. That's at 8:30 p.m. on Friday. You can make it over to Holy Innocents or catch that one on SUVtv. Approaching the 3-minute mark. It's a 1-point game. Floater, no good. Rebound attempted in traffic there by Hunter. It'll be poked away. They leave Mikael Bate wide open in the corner. You've got to be more careful than that. That's going to get your goals hurt. Dacula now has a 2-point advantage. Chris Smalls for 3 out of the corner. Hunter with the find, Bishop with the catch and finish. So now Dacula goes from being down to leading by 4. Parham in and out. Amari Kelly with another rebound. Good work there by Kelly. Daniel Bowles will get a timeout. We're going to take a timeout with them here. 2-point advantage for the Dacula Falcons. Coming out of the timeout, see what the Broncos do to reverse this trend that has developed in the third quarter in terms of Dacula taking that little bit of real estate they had and being able to get a lead of their own. Wheeling, dealing inside is Buckingham. Flips that one up with the left now, but they harasses Higginbotham there on the inbounds play, and by harass, I mean guarding them like white on rice. Good defense thereby, but they put Higginbotham in a tough spot. Higginbotham falls, ball goes off of his legs, so it'll be Dacula's ball. 4-point advantage. Hunter, catch, shoot, ice cream. Arusha Hunter putting together a heck of a game here. Open the second half with a three-pointer there. He gets another one, but nobody gets back. And Bubba Parham makes him pay.
Good, push up. Good, you got middle, P. Middle try. You're in it, good, you're in there. That's you, Bob. That's you, PJ.
5-point contest. Hesitation, dribble, and these guards from Dacula just picking their spots and attacking right now, whether it's the three-pointers, the mid-range jumper, or setting up their ability to knock down said jumper to be able to just make plays for Buckingham. Big man doing a good job finishing when they create. Lead is now 7. Slowly but surely, Dacula trying to inch away here. But the same way you have the Dacula core responding when you look at Bethea, Arusha Hunter, Bishop, Goodson. You've got some Broncos players capable of doing the same thing. So we'll see how Higginbotham and Parham, the Broncos 1-2 punch, respond. Gonna have a foul there on the screen set by Mason Jenkins.
Hey, gotta talk right here. Let's go. Bubba, cheat out. That's you.
You'll see that closeout on Hunter, I think, come a little quicker and be a little bit more intense as this game goes on. I mean,
Trey, this is you right here. Stay with him, don't you? Stay with him.
Hunter's already got 18 points.
Let's go.
Good move, finish won't go for it, but they hesitation, and now Higginbotham leaves that one short with the left. Ball tipped around, still being batted around. Parham and Bishop after it. Parham towing the line, finds the big fella who blows the layup. Parham says, hey, I'll do it myself. He's too strong on the shot. Tipped around, they're playing pinball inside. Parham a power dribble, and finally a lay-in persistence paying off for the Broncos. Funny exchange there as Parham created a wide open lay for Edaway. Once he missed that one, Parham took a power dribble, went up on about 2 or 3 guys. I gave you a shot, man. I got to finish this one myself. He ended up doing it. We've got a 5-point lead for Dacula. Don't go anywhere. Fourth quarter coming up here at the Jared Cook Classic.
I got a high ankle sprain going for a rebound.
Injuries are part of playing.
I got hit catching a pass and broke my collarbone.
So it's good to know that the sports medicine doctors, therapists, and athletic trainers at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta are are experts at treating young athletes. If your child suffers any kind of sports-related injury,
I got hit and dislocated my shoulder.
bring him to Children's Healthcare of Atlanta.
About to get the fourth quarter started. Be sure to check out that Miller Grove Reclaiming the Crown documentary. Talks about that program's history, winning 7 out of the last 8 state championships here in Georgia, and also follows the team during last year's playoff run as they look to reclaim the title after having their streak snapped back in 2015. Check it out on our website or search SUVtv on YouTube. You can also find the documentary there.
Right there, go, middle.
But back to this one, it is a 5-point lead for Dacula. They have trailed for a good portion of the contest. And even though it was a modest margin for Brookwood, it was one they were able to maintain up until that third quarter came, and Dacula and Arusha Hunter says that's enough. In transition, Higginbotham can't get it to go. Mason Jenkins is fouled on the rebound. That one's stolen by Goodson. He's got Bishop running with him. Gonna keep it and lay it in. Good job there by Goodson. Laid it out to play it out and was able to get that easy lay-in and had Bishop running as a reinforcement just in case. Leads now 7. Traveling violation going to go there against Spencer Davidson. Davidson's trying to make something happen there. Gets called for the travel.
Jab at him. Good. Your match now. Trey, stay there. Mason, cheat out. PJ, get gutters. Mason, corner.
Here's Bishop. Bishop fouled by Davidson.
2 hands, Spence, 2.
So Gary Bishop headed to the line. Seeing 2 Gwinnett County schools go at it in this one with Brookwood and Dacula, but then Mountain View, the next Gwinnett County school up. I didn't know that was the total, but I believe they said on the broadcast yesterday, colleagues Joel Hillsman and Sylvester Williams believe there are 23 high schools in Gwinnett. Give me that. That one smacked against the glass there by Buckingham. I got to look that up because I know there are a lot, but 23 high schools just seems like a lot.
That's you, Amari.
Floater off the front of the rim. Good hustle by Amari Kelly.
Let's go. Sprint, Amari, sprint. One more.
Higginbotham for 3. Can't get the shot to go. Follows his shot. Is tipped around. Parham and Higginbotham connecting there. Blue collar plays. They won't just shake you and splash from anywhere on the court. These guys don't mind the gritty plays as well, as they're able to work on the offensive glass and get that bucket, but Arusha Hunter knocks down another jumper. As you see there, that shot's off. Higginbotham follows the shot. If he doesn't follow, even if Parham tips that, it doesn't result in that bucket. Really, it would have just been 3 Dacula guys there. They would have taken it and been off to the races, but since Higginbotham kept moving, he made the possibility a reality bringing that point into fruition. So let's look at the number of high schools in Gwinnett. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 20 high schools in Gwinnett County. So a county with a lot of size and a lot of population as well. You'll see Mountain View up next. Got my guy Sly, the sports guy, joining us on the tail end of this one. Sly, we got a great one between Brookwood and Dacula going on here. It's a 3-point contest.
Man, exciting matches all weekend, all tournament long. A lot of close games, good competition. Man, I love it, man. I love this Jared Cook. You know, this is how you start basketball season right here. Every year, Jared Cook Tip-Off Classic.
And Sly being out of South Carolina, man, I'm glad you can see hoop here. You know, since you're not from a state like Georgia or from my home state, Indiana, it's great you can be here now, man, in your adult life to see some good basketball, man. Oh, Arusha Hunter, he's been splashing with jumpers all evening. Just a little nonchalant, little chin up on the rim there, Sly.
Shows he can get on up there with 2 hands. That's the mark of a true dunker. Anybody can get up there and struggle to get it up with 1 hand, but when you can flush it down with 2 and make it look nice and easy, that's a nice little move.
Yeah, he must have heard me talking about Indiana and said, let me show you what you couldn't do in high school. I do this with ease. Makes it 59-52.
There's no basketball in Indiana.
4 minutes, 32 seconds left. And another event coming up, the Tournament of Champions Holiday Classic there at Wheeler High School. It'll be December 27th through the 30th. You can catch that one here on SUVtv as well. You've got Wheeler in that field. Pebblebrook will be there. I know Norcross is in that field as well. It's just a melting pot of teams and talent from the Atlanta area in that one.
A lot of stars in that tournament. That's on December 3rd, right? Am I right?
Well, December 3rd, you got Wheeler right. That's the Wheeler Hoops Classic. That's a loaded lineup as well. When you look at that one, the matchups in that one, Sly, include. We got to mention those. I have to run down that lineup very briefly.
I just know one kid I'm interested in seeing. I want to see the Ballard kid out of Southwest Atlanta.
He'll have his work cut out for him as they will take on Westlake. They're in that loaded lineup. So it'll start off with Johnson Savannah versus Lithonia. They're at the Wheeler Hoops Classic on December 3rd. Then Shiloh versus Columbia as Parham knocks down that jumper. Lee, Alabama will take on Gainesville. Westlake versus the aforementioned Southwest Atlanta Christian Academy and DeAndre Ballard. Then Pebblebrook versus Berkmar. And then the final game there on that day will be Wheeler versus Green Forest.
You know, Lee, Alabama, they ought to just go ahead and get a residency in Georgia, man. It seems like every time I turn around, Lee is playing in a tournament in Atlanta somewhere.
They make sure they start their season off with 1 or 2 tournaments in Atlanta. Will come take advantage of some of the competition here in this hotbed. Trey Higginbotham taking advantage there. Nobody stopped ball, so he's able to go up and lay that one in, 56-59. Still a 3-point advantage for Dacula as we approach the final 3 minutes. But they hesitate. Now he'll kick it out to Goodson. Goodson for 3. Long rebound's going to come to Bishop. 2 for $1 sale on 3s. Bishop redeems his coupon on the second.
You know, it's funny. I was just about to say, don't shoot that shot. Knocks it on in. What do I know?
Makes it a 6-point contest. And for the most part, you know, this Dacula squad, a very self-aware squad in terms of just playing their game. Guys really know their strengths. They play to it. A very well-coached squad, as are both of these teams. Buckingham going to try a jumper.
Dacula.
No, sir. Buckingham smacks that one away, keeps it in.
It's one of those names you like to say.
Yeah, I was blowing the name of the city when I first moved to Atlanta. I believe I called it Dacula. The first time I had to pronounce it to somebody and asking for directions. And after laughing at me, they told me the correct pronunciation, and I'm so very glad that they did. Coming up on the 2-minute mark, here's Parham able to step over and lay it in. Timeout called by Brookwood and Coach Bowles.
Nice move, great ball control. I like it when these kids, they can cradle it and come over like that and finish it. And then finish it without making the travel without walking.
And Sly Parham is a Gwinnett Daily Post Super 6 preseason selection, so they picked the top 6 players going into the preseason. He's in the company of Rayshawn Hammonds from Norcross, a 6'8 kid signed to go to Georgia, as you know. Al Durham from Berkmar, the Indiana commit.
Another score.
TJ Massenberg and Greg James of Shiloh, 2 other D1 guys. Massenberg, Middle Tennessee State. Shiloh's Greg James. He decommitted from VMI, but still a D1 guy. And so, I mean, you just kind of see the just the company that Donald Bubba Parham has for Brookwood.
I'm telling you, impressive talent. I like it. And, you know, another thing, speaking of Shiloh and James, all the parents out there listening to us, we made a mistake. We said James was going somewhere.
You said he was going to VMI.
We said he was going to VMI.
Which he was committed to at one point. But
he was committed to VMI. But his mom got on us. She sent us a tweet. You can tweet us at SUVtv. Have any questions, anything you want to get out there, tweet us at SUVtv. Or you can tweet me at Sly the Sports Guy, and we will reply to you.
And use the hashtag WatchEmWork.
WatchEmWork.
WATCHEM work. Use the hashtag. Anything good? SUVtv. Anything bad? At Sly the Sports Guy, as he mentioned. 4-point contest. We're under the 2-minute mark now, but they with a nice pass and Hunter with the lay-in. Hunter's working on a 20-piece nugget. I'm sure safe to say he's already got that. He had 12, and then he had a couple 3-pointers to open up the third quarter. And we mentioned that dunk as well. So unofficially, he's got at least 20. Mason Jenkins catches him sleeping. A finish by Jenkins, the assist by number 22, Justin Randall.
It's amazing how many baskets have been scored directly underneath the basket. Where's that interior defense?
4-point game, but that one wouldn't stay down for him. Nobody boxes out Hunter. And he lays it in. Arusha Hunter with a big game so far.
And you know, that right there, not boxing out, one of the big problems of early season basketball, just the little things, you know. Little rebounds like that will kill you. Somebody getting that inside position and getting the easy bucket.
Yeah, with the way Dacula moves the ball, the resources they have at their disposal, you can't give them extra opportunities. And Hunter mentioned he already had 20. He's looking to put the nail in the coffin. Higginbotham gets a quick answer there off the glass. A 6-point contest. From a team foul standpoint, 5 team fouls on Brookwood, so they're 2 away from the bonus and trying to extend the game via 1-and-1 and a free throw shooting situation. Just 2 team fouls against Dacula, so they've tightened up the defense here in the second half, even though they came in to halftime trailing, and they've been able to get an advantage as a result. Speaking of some of the loaded lineups we have, the Flying to the Hoop Invitational takes place January 13th through the 16th in Dayton, Ohio. A lot of people make that trip, 20,000 on site in attendance each year. But as we all know, it can get very cold up there. So if you can't make the trip, or you would much rather stay out of the elements, you can catch it on SUVtv. 20 games over the course of 4 days. You can catch all of those live and on demand right here. As a matter of fact, there's an early bird pass. You can get all 20 games for $14.99. Just go to the Flying to the Hoop tab on our website at the SUVtv.com. A timeout on the floor. Bishop didn't like what he saw and got a timeout.
That flying to the hoop tournament is something special, man. I messed around and watched the press conference to announce the teams. I mean, who has a press conference to announce the teams of a high school tournament? And then not only was I surprised they had a press conference, they had a bunch of people online watching the SUV broadcast of the press conference, man. Woo.
Eric Horseman, tournament director Eric Horseman, wouldn't have it any other way. They do things first class there. We mentioned Wheeler High School, a couple events there at their facility. They will be playing in the Flying to the Hoop Invitational. They'll take on Princeton there out of Ohio.
Like great collegiate out of my hometown, Columbia, South Carolina.
You've seen Juwan Gary and Jalik Felton on SUVtv. This year you'll get to see them playing on the same squad together. Pretty good 1-2 punch there.
A lot of high expectations for Gray Collegiate. It'll be their first year actually playing in public school basketball at, licensed to play in public school basketball in the state of South Carolina. Their first year playing, and they're ranked the consensus #1 team in the state, and they're a 2A school.
Wow, so a little bit of expectation there at Gray Collegiate, safe to say.
Man, it helps when you can bring in a Jalik Felton, #1 player in the state of South Carolina. He transferred to Gray Collegiate, joining Juwan Gray down there in West Columbia. I say Columbia. I got to get that straight now. People in West Columbia get upset.
As you see Green Forest there in the distance, right behind the Gatorade setup here on site, getting ready to take on Mountain View.
We'll see Green Forest a couple of times this year on SUVtv.
Made a joke. Victor Eno's probably back there rebounding something right now. Yeah, he's the only guy goes to sleep, wakes up with 10 rebounds.
Victor Eno, the Memphis signee or commit? Did he sign?
I don't believe he signed yet.
I have a couple of buddies. One of my great friends, Chance Nesbitt, he played football. He played football at Memphis, and he's a Memphis grad, big Memphis fan. As soon as he heard Victor Eno sign, he was like, hey, that's that kid from Atlanta you're talking about who grabs all the rebounds. I said, that's that grown man kid. I said, yep, that is him. Victor Eno is a grown man out there playing with the young boys.
Buckingham goes to the free throw line, knocks it down. As Dacula just trying to make sure they finish the mission. And victory formation here, just needing to knock down their free throws.
Free throws huge in a game like this. This is how you put it away. Got to knock down the freebies. That wasn't a smart foul.
So just the third team foul. As Coach Triaga informs his team to just stay home. Pass to Kelly. Dacula just taking their time, taking it out. It's Goodson with the savvy there. He saw that ball being knocked around. I mean, he sort of looked at it like, I mean, hey.
No need for me to rush.
Yeah, I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to delay it here, but I'm not going to rush to go get the ball. And that will do it. Our first game of the day is won by the Dacula Falcons, who are able to come from behind and get a victory over Brookwood. Marcus Burnett, Sylvester Williams signing off here. We will have Joel Hilsman on the call for the next few games. He'll be joined by Sly the Sports Guy. Appreciate you watching here on SUVtv. We'll be back with more Jared Cook Classic.
Every day is another beginning. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream. Gonna make my move, gonna live my dream.